Welcome to our travel day where we are at the Premier Inn at Balcombe Road near Gatwick Airport. It's a very miserable, rainy day here in the UK. No shock there, is there, this time of the year?
This morning we're going to go to the airport, then we're going to go fly to Orlando. Come with us on our travel day.
We're all packed ready to leave. So easy for me and Matt now because all we take is these two bags each, don't we?
Yeah, these bags are the perfect size from Mountain Warehouse for flying with Norse, because that's all we're allowed to take flying economy without paying for extra baggage.
It's fucking down outside.
Yeah, it's turned horrible now. Okay, so we made it onto the plane. It's exactly the same films as last time when we came at Christmas. They haven't changed at all, so I suppose it's only been a couple of months, so not really giving them a chance, but yeah. They're not the best films either, to be honest.
That's why the cheap flights though.
Yeah. So yeah, definitely bring some other form of entertainment just in case. So it's currently showing that it's going to be a 9-hour, 8-minute flight. And we're going to get there at 6:20 roughly when we get there. We're an hour late taking off at the moment. And we're now waiting for our slot to take off. We're in a queue of about 5 or 6 planes. We'll explain why we're late taking off later in the video. It's about 15 minutes away from landing, so I'm just going to show you through the films. Some films are new from last time, but overall they're mostly the same films. So we're 30 minutes away, so it's taken 9 hours 10 minutes so far. It's going to be 7:20 when we get there.
That always do a visitor toll pass. You just download the app, set an account up, pay $10 deposit.
Yeah, that's right.
And they send you a QR code, scan it, and you just print it.
Confirming your reservation, please wait.
Super easy, isn't it?
Yeah, really easy. The only annoying thing is you have to set a new account up every time you want to do another trip, but it's really quick. There we go.
Please retrieve your transponder.
Easy as that.
May I have your attention, please?
Then you just shove it back in there when you return. So if you are new to our channel, me and Matt own this condo in Florida. Just have a quick walk around to make sure everything's alright. Yeah, everything's fine here. Yep. It's the bathroom. Or one of the bathrooms. Oh, he's probably coming here.
Yeah.
Everything looks fine, that. Yeah. Yeah, everything's fine. Wicked. And this is our ensuite. So we have got 2 bathrooms and 3 bedrooms. 2 balconies, one out there and one out there.
So it's the next morning now. We've been awake since 4:30 this morning.
We've had 4 hours sleep.
Yep. So yesterday was a bit of a...
It went tits up. Basically, after we got off the plane.
So passport control, there was quite a long queue.
It took us like over an hour.
Yeah. So
it was horrendous.
Yeah.
That's the thing with every time we've been to Terminal C, they've literally got like 25 counters
that could be open.
But they have like 3 members of staff on to get like. There was multiple planes as well last night.
Oh yeah,
there was multiple flights.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there was multiple flights, but there was only like 3 desks open, so it took us well over an hour to get through security.
Yeah.
So the last clip we filmed was when Matt was getting the visitor pass, and I was explaining how that worked. And then after then, it went tits up.
Yes.
With the car.
So went to Alamo to get the car rental. So I'd done the pre-check-in, so I had a barcode to scan. So you don't have to queue at the counter. Well,
it's what we always do, isn't it?
Yeah,
now?
we always do that now.
Yeah.
So it turns out that Alamo, their system was down yesterday. So they had to rebook everybody's cars manually in line with what they'd already got on their receipt. Luckily, we do an option where you pay on collection. So we hadn't paid any money up front. I'm not sure how that would have worked if their system was down to prove that we've paid, but they sort of matched what we'd already got. So we picked the car, drove to the window. And
to the exit.
Yeah.
So they basically didn't tell us beforehand. There's like a little desk that if you've got the pick-up thing that Matt does, you just go to that little desk. They never said anything about that their systems were down. They pointed and said, go and pick the car you want and then go. And it wasn't until we got to the exit barrier where normally we've never had a problem. They take your driving license, pay with your credit card. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's literally it. And then scan your barcode, then away you go.
Yeah, normally.
But then we literally got to the exit barrier and the guy says that
the system's
down.
And he's got to rebook us manually.
So they couldn't bring up anybody's reservation. And it was just, from that moment, it was just horrendous. I was literally losing the will to live.
Yeah.
We must have been sat there at the barrier for over an hour. It was horrendous.
Because he was having to calculate rates, all these bits and bobs that we'd got as included as a price. He was having to discount us stuff. And
then eventually he added it all up and it was like $400 more than what we reserved it at.
Yeah.
So like, that's not right.
He said, how does this sound? I says, yeah, that sounds way more than what
we gave him the paperwork and everything.
So then he says, oh yeah, let me have a look. And yeah, he tweeted the taxes, realised we should have had included taxes, should have had a cheaper rate, stuff like that. So
it was horrendous.
So then we managed to leave the airport, but then this morning on reviewing the emails that they've sent me overnight, I realised they've booked us with Enterprise because Alamo, Enterprise and National all share the same checkout desk in the cars, so I'm guessing it's the same company. But they've booked us with Enterprise. Now the trouble with Enterprise is additional drivers for your wife or husband or spouse are not included for free with Enterprise. So normally with Alamo, I could drive, Lowell could drive, and we're both covered. Well, on this trip, it's just going to be me.
So that's another reason why we always book with Alamo, and we generally find that they are the cheapest because Matt has a discount code through work, so it works brilliant for us, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Yeah. So the guy, even though he scanned the Alamo pass, the code, we gave him the paperwork that says Alamo.
Yeah.
At no point did he even mention
Enterprise.
There was no reason for us to believe at all that he had rebooked it through Enterprise when we gave him all the Alamo stuff.
Yeah.
So
very disappointing on that, but
annoying, yeah. So then now we did discuss this morning. I said, look, like, we can go to the airport and sort it out to get me on, because I feel guilty for Matt.
No, so I'll just
drive all the time now.
I'm not fussed. I really don't mind driving, so yeah, not too much of an issue, but it's still frustrating because we booked with Alamo. We should have been, our booking should have been honoured with Alamo, and we should have that included additional driver for free.
Yeah, because on the paperwork with Enterprise, it specifically says that no spouses are included in the driving.
Well, it says it says nobody else is covered to drive.
Yeah, and another issue with this is because of the exit barrier. For the past few times, they've stopped giving you any paperwork. Last year, I'm sure at some point last year, we still got paperwork.
I don't know if that's another thing with the system being down, but yeah, I think the past couple of times we've not been given any paperwork.
No, past couple of times we've not been given any paperwork. So it's not until like the email came through a little bit later.
Yeah.
Like we would never have known that that's what he did. No. And he never mentioned it, and we gave him all Alamo paperwork.
Yeah. So yeah, very disappointing, but
annoying. Yeah, annoying. Very annoying.
But yeah, so we got that out of the way yesterday. We eventually got to bed about midnight, 12:30ish, and then we were up at 4:30 this morning, just because we always struggle with jet lag, don't we? And getting the body clock back on track.
So Matt said on the plane footage that we will tell you why we was over an hour late, even moving from the gate yesterday. So when we all got on the plane, we was all sat down, ready to go, and it would have been 2:00 on time departure, but it came to it was gone after 2:00. It was like, we're all seated, we've all boarded, like, why we're not moving? And then we were sat towards the back of the plane, and then this guy came from either the front or the middle of the plane, walked down the aisle, well, a bit, not walked down, like
stomped almost.
Stomped.
Like sulking.
Stomped towards our end of the plane and sat across from us in the middle row. Yeah. And then you could tell he wasn't happy at all, just from his body language. So something had happened. And then the next minute, not the cabin crew, but the people, the staff that check your boarding passes for you to get on the plane, one of them came down the plane and was looking at all the aisles. I thought, this is a bit odd, because you don't normally see these people on the plane, do you, afterwards? And then she went to that guy, literally sat across from us, and she asked to see his boarding pass.
From what we could make out from the flight attendant speaking to him, he hadn't paid for an allocated seat. So when he came to get on the plane, he went to the seat that was on his boarding pass. Well, then he was asked to move. So it looks like somebody had paid for an upgrade or something. And he was moved from his seat further forward on the plane to this one at the back. Well, he said that he left his bag above the original seat and his boarding pass was in that.
But he was very, very agitated. And the I don't know what you call them, airport staff. So it wasn't the cabin crew woman. This was the gate staff. Yeah. She was saying, like, you need to calm down.
Yeah. Otherwise, you're not going to be flying.
She says otherwise, the captain won't be able to take off if you're this agitated.
So this went on for a while, and there were flight attendants walking up and down with the manifest of seats to see where people were sat. Yeah. And then more gate staff went to the back of the plane, and then it looked like the captain of the plane, he came down to the back. They all had a little meeting at the back of the plane and shut the curtains and had a discussion. Well, they came and fetched him and said, can we have a word at the back of the plane? So not sure what was said there, but he came back, sat down, and the staff seemed to be keeping an eye on him, which
throughout the whole flight.
Yeah, throughout the whole flight, just to make sure he was behaving. So eventually they had to adjust some paperwork, wait for another slot. So then we were queuing on the room on the taxiway. I think we were about fifth plane in the line.
We could count the footage.
Yeah, when we were making the turns, you could count the planes.
Once you miss your slot, you've had it, haven't you?
Well, yeah, because we could see planes landing and planes waiting to take off. So yeah, eventually we set off, and then there was an easterly crosswind for the whole journey, which affected the Gulf Stream apparently. So that meant that we had to fly further north. So we flew over Canada, and then we had to follow the east coast all the way down. So that further added on a bit more time to our journey.
So all in all, we were sat on the plane for 10.5 hours, or like just over.
Yeah.
So it was the longest flight I think I've ever had to Florida. It was just, it wasn't a pleasant, quick, journey. And then when we got off, then stuck in a queue for well over an hour for security.
Yeah.
And then the whole fiasco with the car, that was an hour. So we didn't get in till gone 11 o'clock last night.
Yeah.
And to say I think at the start of when we got on the plane, you did the footage. It says we should have landed at 6:15.
Yeah. So then the plan was that we'd get the car, get everything, go to Walmart, do a bit of a shop. So that no chance.
Walmart was shut. By the time we got here, Walmart was shut.
So that's the plan for today. Is we're gonna go to Walmart, get some bits and bobs.
Still not open yet. Well, they took the sign down. God, I've been doing that for some months, haven't they?
Yeah.
And we vlogged. Was it last September? We vlogged it. Yeah, because they would have brought people into to all them.
Oh yeah, the shops.
Yeah, the shops. Yeah. Do you reckon it's gone up from $32? Was it $32 last time we came at Christmas?
Yeah, it was something like that.
It was 32.
Oh yeah.
Oh, still 32 at the minute.
Your destination is on the left.
I reckon it'll go up to $35 this year.
Ours was in it more though, wasn't it?
So just been to guest services to get Mum, Dad and Joe's preferred annual pass. So we're not by ourselves on this trip, they've joined us on this trip. And just so for anybody that wants to know how much a 2-park preferred annual pass is at the moment, it cost them $670 each, including the tax.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Which is an
value.
absolutely fantastic deal, isn't it?
When you compare it to what a 2-week ticket will cost you, off like attraction tickets or something, it's a massive saving.
Yeah, even just on the parking.
Yeah, because this includes your free parking, so yeah, it's brilliant. Also, even better, you get 10% off merchandise and food and drinks, non-alcoholic drinks.
I don't know what the massive queue is, do we?
No.
Why is such a rush?
One side's shut though, we've got some sort of work.
Yeah, there's only one side, but still, there's a lot of people though, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know if the systems are down or something.
Did you ever think the annual pass holders?
No, we didn't know.
How excited are you?
Oh,
you were getting dead giddy, weren't you, at the counter? Mum couldn't wait to pay for it, could you? She couldn't wait to pay. Annual pass holders.
Yeah, wow.
Mum, Dad and Joe's not seen it before, have they?
No.
I went here when they last came. If anybody knows that if these are the actual props in this walkthrough, let us know in the comments below. What do you think? I don't know.
I don't know, honestly I don't know.
I've never been in here before. They've got props and costumes from the film. Basically a bit like a walkthrough experience, isn't it? And
yeah.
So it's basically like a walkthrough experience with a shop at the end.
And you got one half is like one side, one half's the other side.
Yeah. And then there's some of the main costumes. We haven't seen Wicked, have we?
No, not watched it yet. No.
Well, we know what it's about, but we've not seen it yet. We've got all costumes around the back. And then the shop at the end. This is a queue for the annual pass discount store in here. It's a really short queue, so we're going to make the most of it and go in. Hopefully find some bargains, eh Joe? Aye. Well, I have to say, that was a little disappointing, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, yeah. Not so good this time, but...
And we knew this stuff wasn't that good in there because nobody was coming out with any bags.
Yeah, or it's a very small bag for people.
Yeah, yeah. No, not very good, unfortunately. Very windy today. The wind's quite cold. You're wondering what the weather's like in February. The wind's a bit cold, isn't it, Matt?
Yeah, a bit of a nippy breeze.
It's bloody cold today. Matt, I just remember they've got all the food booths, haven't they?
Yeah, they have.
Joe, they've got all food booths as well. Round, do you know where like Jimmy Fallon is?
Yeah.
And down this street, there's all different food
I
booths.
think there's other ones scattered about the park though, aren't they?
So we'll have to try some food at some point
Yeah, see what there is.
on one of our trips. Never seen these before, signed Back to the Future cars by the actors. It's $1,050, $3,200. That's really cool though, I've never seen that before. Got a rave going off over there with the beat builders. I've never heard them do like club-based music, have you?
Decent. Wow.
There's a massive crowd.
They are popular, they've been here years. Years and years, haven't they?
Yeah. So now Mum, Dad and Joe got the Starbucks, going to head into Louis. We're going to show them what the garlic knots is all about because I've never had them before. We always show it on this channel. We think it's one of the best budget snacks here at the Universal Studios. And we'll show you and how much they cost. So these are the garlic knots. They are priced at $4.29 each. And if you have your annual pass, you get a discount on top of that. We always have these every time we come to this
Every
park.
time, yeah, they're
Every
so
time.
nice.
Mum, Dad and Joe haven't had them yet. So you're excited to try them, aren't you?
Oh yes, can't wait.
You have to remember to get a little pack of Parmesan.
Oh yeah, and here as well. Yeah, they
Where
do.
the cutlery is.
Yeah, do these little packets of cheese sprinkle on top.
Oh, I've just realised you could turn them over, they're greasier on the other side, so the Parmesan will stick better.
I just found a new hack. You turn them over, all the garlic water's on the other side, and your Parmesan cheese will stick to it better. So what's everybody's verdict of the garlic knots?
They're brilliant.
Very nice.
The bargain.
Bargain, isn't it?
Absolute bargain.
Yeah.
Joe loves them as well, but Joe don't want to be on camera, so we respect his wishes. So the Mardi Gras Food Festival is on at the minute, and we're gonna do that another day, a more dedicated Universal Studios day. So stay tuned for that on our channel. Not showing you what our car looks like yet. We've got the Chevrolet Equinox. This is what it looks like. It's an intermediate SUV. This is what the inside looks like. Android Auto.
It's the next morning now. Yesterday's trip to Universal was just a quick visit to get the passes and make sure that they actually work. So we will be doing full park days later in the trip, but today is Lowell's birthday, so we have just come to Disney Springs
Celebrate.
to celebrate. So we're gonna have a day here, but that's gonna be in the next video. And this one here,
I want to say thank you so much for watching, and join us in the next video where we celebrate my 30th birthday.
yeah. See ya.
Bye.